So reports emerged last night. Manchester United were 95% sure of getting Frenkie de Jong this summer. Reports today have moved quickly to pour water all over those, and Gerard Romero, the journalist that broke that story last night, he's staying quite resolute, and he's like, you don't have to believe me if you don't want, but this is the information that I'm getting. Loads of other journalists have sort of been saying, there's been talks, but this is a little bit giddy to say 95% done. And maybe 95% done does sound a little bit on the giddy side, but whether that is giddy or not giddy, Manchester United do need midfielders, probably more than one. And that archetype, that number 8, that progressive ball-playing number 8, that Frenkie de Jong is still going to be required from United. And let's presume the noises that came out suggesting he wants Champions League football, he quite likes what's going on with Xavi and Barcelona at the moment, are correct. And even the fee being as high as it is, what it would represent, there are going to be cheaper, more realistic options for Manchester United. And there's more than one of them. But one that I reckon you've probably not considered, and I think would be definitely worth checking out, would be Fabian Ruiz. Obviously central midfield, 26 years of age. A bit of a rare beast. Left footer. Ooh, cultured. Passion. Vision, passing, ball control, dribbling. These are things that he is very good at. He's also very tactically versatile. Excels in a number of different formations and positions within those formations. Can play as a defensive midfielder, can play as an 8. I think he's much more competent and much more eye-catching when he plays as a number 8 that's given license to get forward and move the ball up through the thirds. 12 goal involvements this season. That's 7 goals and 5 assists, which is very respectable. And he's a beast. He is just under 6'3" tall. He's got the stature and presence about him. He has the same sort of physicality that McTominay would bring, but with the ball playing that McTominay is incapable of bringing. And he uses his size to his advantage, much in the same way that you see Paul Pogba doing. You see Paul Pogba receive the ball in some quite tight situations, and he gets his body across the ball, and he blocks off anyone from steaming in and getting him. Small players can't do that. You have to have a frame to be able to do that. Fabian Ruiz does that really well. He also has an engine on him. Frequently ranks high in Serie A for distance covered per 90, which is tough to do at 6'3". One of his best attributes is, one, being press resistant. His number of passes under pressure and pass completion percentage are literally outstanding. Something that really stands out. And when you look at, we've seen Fred pop up in like the sort of number 6 area and literally give the ball away to the opposition. You've seen McTominay do it. You've even seen Matic drop clangers in that area and Pogba dropping clangers in that area. The one thing that you're going to get with Ruiz is someone that's very comfortable in that melee and very comfortable receiving it in awkward positions. The ability to turn, the ability to shield, and the ability to move intelligent balls further up the pitch. United need that level of quality. United need that level of reliability. Midfield translates to everything else that's going to go on the pitch. You want to score goals, you need a better midfield. You want to have a better defence, you need a better midfield. You want to move the ball up the pitch, you need a good midfield. This is what he would bring to us. United have struggled in recent years by struggling from playing out from the back. They got a lack of reliability in possession. General ball playing ability from the pivot has been like substandard. Bottom half of the table in the Prem, I would argue. And then you have someone like Ruiz, who's in the top 10 in Serie A for passes into the final third completion, pass progression value, one touch pass completion, 1v1s. This is a top midfielder, largely going unnoticed by most teams in Europe. Again, how many times this season are we going to pull up a gem for you? Everyone goes, who the fuck? Let me just go Google him. And then Dortmund buy him. Dortmund, please don't buy him. There's 3 times that's happened this summer. Ruiz currently valued at 50 million. Napoli are renowned for demanding extortionate transfer fees, and obviously we talked about Osimhen earlier in the week, and that's a fair criticism of what he'd probably cost us, is that it'd probably be a little bit expensive. Napoli are very much an Italian version of Spurs in that they, you ring them up and they say 100 million. I've not even said who I wanted to ask you about yet, and they're like, all right, okay, who is it? Cool about it, 150 mil. Fucking hell. So what you're getting with this is a potential bargain out of Napoli, because Ruiz's contract expires in June 2023. Doesn't really look like he's showing any signs of being willing to renew. Suggests he's got his eye on maybe a move away. Napoli aren't really in a position to just allow people to go for free. Getting 30, 40, 50 million in this summer versus getting in nothing next summer, in the current sort of financial situation, I think there's a bargain to be had in a big, big way here. And I think that means that he'd be available for a price at or below his current valuation. Here's what you need to do. Does he improve United? Yes. Would he compete with midfields in the top half, top quarter of the Premier League? Yes. He's that good. In the same way Frenkie de Jong is. Everyone would be like, oh shit. He's that kind of quality level of player. If Frenkie's unobtainable, his wages might make him unobtainable. You have got a perfectly viable, useful player. This, to me, would be the sort of intelligent signing. Manchester United of old would sign Frenkie de Jong because Ed Woodward's heard of him. Maybe heard of him, or his kids have heard of him. But good scouting would be like, right, okay, what is it you like about Frenkie de Jong? One-touch passing, playmaking, moving the ball through the thirds, a little bit of tenacity, press resist. Okay, what if I can give you that with a different haircut? That's what United are doing. Because United, we've gone and got the most obvious of signings all the time. There's been a lack of intelligent and diverse sort of scouting from United. When was the last time United picked up a player from Napoli? You know, you've got ways of finding out what these players are like as well. You've got a lot of ways of finding out what these players are like. That's what United need to do. Some intelligent recruitment rather than just I googled central midfielders and his name came up, which is probably what happened with Varane last summer. There's a bargain to be had here. And I think he could be a massive fit for United. If you've watched him, I want to know your opinions on him in the comments below. And do you think he'd be a viable option for the seemingly someone we're interested in? Whether or not that's realistic that we're going to get him in terms of Frenkie de Jong. Let me know in the comments and I'd be really interested in finding out. And speaking of recruitment, Paddock FC are recruiting. We've got a trial on the 21st of May and I'd like you to come down and trial. We have 4 teams, under 21s, development team, reserves and first team. I can't tell you where the first team are playing next season. We are back in the stadium, I can tell you that. And we are going to be hopefully in a different league. I'll find the results out of that next week. I can't tell you that until it is confirmed. But if you're interested in playing football at a pretty high level, or at least come in and join the club, like I said, we've got all the way from under 21s, development team, reserves, everything like that. And we want you guys to come and get involved in the team. There is a trial 21st of May. If you're interested in coming down to the trial, hello@stretfordpaddockfc.com. Tell us a little bit about yourself and we will send you the link to sign up and all the things that you need to do. And if you've got any friends, anyone, 17 to 30 odd, if they've played non-league before, we definitely want to hear from them. We're trying to build a team that could get into the Northwest Counties in the next few years. So if you're able to help with that, someone that could maybe help come down, please tell them to get in touch and hopefully we'll see them on the trial day. But cheers for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you've not. We're pushing for 200k before the Crystal Palace game. You guys can help us. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.